UFC Dana White Contender Series Season 9 Episode 1 / UFC 319 predictions. Anyways, we're going to be talking about the new Dana White Contender Series season that just started. Episode 1 aired last night. And we're going to be going through the first card of that to the last fucking card. And then I will be going over my 319 predictions over the fights that I just care about. It's not going to be every fucking fight because, trust me, there's some fights on there that I just don't give a shit about. But anyways, we're going to just move on to the first fight. Chris Irwin versus Yuri Penflorov. Very much a slugfest, for sure. Irwin threw some of the goofiest punches ever. Like, seriously, this man would throw, I don't even know. He was playing fucking Tekken or Street Fighter or some of the shits. I don't know. He was playing something in there. He didn't have bad moments. It's just his striking really didn't look super effective. He would land really good shots, but it's just he's not crisp. Yuri was the more technical fighter, and I could even say that I thought he won a contract. He did pretty good. I understand that it was a decision. It was a slugfest. It wasn't the most entertaining fight. But still, I think, they put a war out there. Yuri was landing good. He really was. He was boxing the cunt, man. Spack the cunt. He was doing a lot, man. Besides Yuri, who's a lead hook spammer, sits straight from the Diaz army. This motherfucker Yuri, man. We're going to put him in the gym. We're going to get his ass right. And he going to be a motherfucking badass. Hamza, you fight my boy right here. Yuri did a lot with his takedowns, like ground. He did a lot, like for a ground and pound, going for the submission. A lot more of just tiring out Yuri than really just, I guess, looking for a finish. Didn't really work. I feel like Yuri has a really good gas tank. They both weren't really as tired as I thought they would be in the third. I can see why Big White said, I'm not giving fucking Yuri a goddamn spot. Especially, knowing he fought a motherfucker like Torres Finney. Talking about Torres Finney, we will now get into the next card because we had someone like Torres fucking Finney on this card who won, which was crazy, but it really wasn't. I don't even want to say this is the worst fight of the season because this is what I have down. It is the worst fight of the season. It is episode 1 though, but still, this was the worst fight of the year. Like, if we're talking just UFC shit in general, this was the worst fight of the year. George Mangos versus Radley De Silva. Oh my God, man. I mean, I can just say, like, what I can say. Like, Mangos looked very small and weak. He looked weaker than De Silva. I'm going to say that. Who, De Silva, he had no problems taking down Mangos. It really wasn't that. It was more of just keeping him in certain positions because Mangos did have, I wouldn't say good escapes, but he tried different escapes to get out, and it kind of just made it a little bit worse for him. Oh, God, De Silva, you threw 4 fucking significant strikes. You had over, 12 minutes of ground control, or 10 minutes at least. I have no idea. And how do you throw 4 significant strikes? How? Yeah, I don't know. I felt like Mangos, his confidence got let down a lot because he was an undefeated prospect coming into this fight. I think he had a lot of confidence, and then, him getting ragdolled by someone like De Silva, Mangos, he got in his head a lot through that fight, and yeah, it was a terrible fucking fight. It was, in my opinion, just a mental fight, and it was a mental fight that Mangos could not win, and it was a mental fight for De Silva, not to throw a punch. His brain was literally telling him to just hug him. I don't know, dude. I don't fucking know. I want to move on. This was such a bad fight. God. I'm pulling a straight Big White over here, Mr. White. I don't know the fucker's name. I'll try to get it out. Besangar Sukakev. Okay. And then you have Murtaza Tahal. Banger! The only reason I really say that this fight was a banger, seriously, was because Bay, that's what I'm going to call him, he had an amazing body teep. I mean, seriously, it was an amazing body teep KO. And on top of that, I mean, Bay just looked very comfortable in this fight. Seriously, it was very, very dominant. Tahal did have moments of, he looked like the bigger fighter. It looked like it wouldn't be hard for him to get a takedown, and it was. I mean, Bay, I think it was with him being lengthier, his balance was really good, his defense was really good. And I'm really excited that Big White is excited. Bay looks like a killer. Like I said, Tahal, he had decent moments, but it just wasn't. I don't know if he'll ever come back. I don't know. He didn't show much. His striking looked very barbaric. It didn't really seem like as crisp as Bay, who, like I said, Bay was in a flow in this fight. I mean, seriously. I mean, he was taunting the guys, laughing, whatever the fuck. I mean, yeah, you could tell that this dude was not letting his he was not going to let this opportunity down at all. He was here to fucking prove something. He did it. He has pretty much nothing but first round finishes, so I think it's amazing that he's going to go to the UFC. He had an awesome KO. But yeah, we move on to the next fight, which is Ty Miller versus Jimmy Drago. I actually like this fight. I thought both fighters were pretty good in my opinion. Ty Miller was the better fighter overall. But Drago, you know, he's got a granite ass chin. I mean, he took some shots, and I'm surprised he didn't at least go down. Like, seriously, there was one where he almost did, but he still didn't. I mean, it was, he had good moments. Drago had the head kick, and he would have some good jabs. I think he had some decent hooks that he would throw into the mix that would work on Ty. But overall, man, I'm gonna be real. Ty won this. Like, his jab is really what won him this fight. His 1-2 down the middle is really what won this fight. You know, his size, like it. Overall, like Ty Miller, they both came into this fight like with a war mindset. And I think Ty Miller was the one that was like, well, you know what? Like, I'm going in here knocking this motherfucker out, or I'm getting knocked out. Like, seriously, his pressure never stopped. Both of them. I mean, it was, like I said, this wasn't a great card at all. Like, seriously, especially whenever you get to the fucking main event, because oh my God, what a fight to talk about. I still felt like this fight was great. It had really good exchanges on the feet. And yeah, that was it. I'm glad Ty Miller got an offer into the UFC, or he got accepted. I think he's going to be pretty good. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure they're a welterweight as well, so I don't really know who to set up Ty Miller with. But besides that, we move the fuck on. Ilian Bohafia versus Nimas oh my God, why can I not say this name? Holy shit. Oh my God, I can't say it. Oh my God. Dude, no, and I know the word, but I can't actually say it right now. Santana. Oh my God, dude. Holy shit. Bro. Dog, the CTE, bro. Holy. I was BJ Penn for a minute, y'all. Where's BJ Penn? I'll fucking kill him. I swear to God. Yo, holy shit. What did I put in the notes? Holy headbutt. Yeah, I did. Holy headbutt. Because I'm going to be real. If you didn't watch it, which I don't think most people really watch the Dana White Contender series, banger is a banger series, though. If you saw the headbutt that Santana fucking threw, dog, oh my God.
Headbutt in round one.
I'm honestly surprised he wasn't DQ'd. And let alone that, only lost a point. I mean, seriously, I'm surprised by that. But you know what else I'm really surprised about, y'all? How fucking shit this fight was, man. And this is the thing. Ilian, I got him mixed up with Bay. I thought that Ilian was the dude that trained with Hamzat. So I was like, oh, this dude's going to be a fucking killer. Nope. He's some French motherfucker, man. Listen, if his name is not Nasserine Imavov, he is not a killer. All right? And this fight, what the fuck was this? Santana was just screaming and fucking aura farming. I don't even want to call that aura farming, dude. It was just him fucking... I don't know. And then Ilian, like, how did he win this fight? How did he win this fucking fight? How did he win, like, 30, 26, 30? Like, he won the first fight, he won the first round, and then the second and third, I thought Santana fucking won. I thought Santana won the fucking fight, but overall with a DQ, you know, you're probably not going to win the fight. So I thought at most it was a draw. And God, dear God, whoever was on that scoring card for last night, man, may God have mercy on your soul, man, because Big White, he is going to strike you down, buddy.
Federal fucking prison.
I mean it, dude. Harder than he did to Steve Mazzagatti. All right? I mean, whatever. I want to move on. This episode was fucking ass. It's time to move on to UFC 319 and my predictions, my thoughts, my blah, 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 and what I think about that.
I think it's a weird night. That's what I think.
Yeah, and overall with the fucking Dana White Contender series, season 9, episode 1, I give it maybe like a 4 out of 10, maybe a little lower. I mean, I'm feeling like a strong 3 to a light 4. We'll give it that. Besides that, though, we're gonna move on to 319, which I'm actually really excited for. I think it's going to be an awesome card. So we got Brian Battle versus Nursulto Ruzaboyev. Can't really ever get the damn name right, but I will at some point. I think this is a crazy prelim fighter, or like a fight. Like, this is insane that this is on the prelims. Like, seriously, they're both killers. I know most people aren't the biggest fan of Brian Battle, but I think that these two guys, they definitely deserve their spot in a ranked position after this. If not, they deserve to fight someone ranked. So I got Ruzaboyev, though. I mean, I really do. I think Ruzaboyev, when you really look at it, the only person that he's lost to in the UFC as of right now is Joaquin Buckley, who is a top 5 contender. And Battle, I mean, his last fight was a fucking split decision with Randy Brown, I guess. I don't even remember if it was a split decision. And it wasn't a bad fight, but I just feel like Ruzaboyev, he's bigger, he's got the length, he has the reach. I think he's going to beat Battle. I think Battle's still cool, but yeah, I think he has a lot more to work on. But I could be wrong once again. I mean, it's just, you're literally talking about a dude right now, Ruzaboyev, who has 45 fucking, not even that, almost 50 professional fucking fights. So, and I know damn near 75% of them are all bums, but like still, it's a lot of experience. Brian Battle is still a G though, and I wouldn't be surprised that he wins. I mean, I have Ruzaboyev. I have this by a 28 decision, so I definitely could see it being the other way. I hope these two motherfuckers can make weight. That's it. Like, talk about matching up two dudes that literally cannot make 170. But hey, like, let's see. I'm down to see it. I think it's going to be a good fight. And yeah, we're gonna move on to Edson Barboza versus Jakar Close. Edson Barboza retirement fight, 29-28 W. I don't see him getting a knockout. I don't see Close winning. I think Close is pretty, he's pretty mid. Nothing against him. And active too as well. I mean, he didn't look that bad against Alvarez. It's just Alvarez, when he got comfortable and he really starts setting the pace on Close. Close had no answer. So like I said, I have Barboza winning. I don't see him getting a KO. I just see it being a retirement fight. If not a retirement fight, Barboza, I don't know what the fuck else is for you, dog. We're going to move on to Chase Hooper versus Alexander Hernandez. Jesus. I got Hooper by decision. I'm actually, as I'm recording this video, I'm watching a video of MMA Guru breaking down the card and giving his predictions. And he said that he's got Hernandez winning this fight. Guru, man. Listen, dog. I don't know what the fuck's been happening, because you voted, my bad. You went for Delice to beat Hernandez, which I didn't watch that video, so I didn't see your reasoning on it. It maybe was a little valid. I don't know. Delice's not that great, but dog. Hernandez beating Hooper. And I can't even lie, the stuff that Guru was saying, I agreed with. Like that Hernandez fades a lot in fights. He really does. But I think he does in fights like this, where it's like, he's actually facing a prospect. He's actually, if Hernandez wins this, he could be getting a ranked opponent. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he is, though, because Hernandez literally cannot make a goddamn decision if he wants to be in featherweight or lightweight. So he is good wrestling, and his pressure is not bad at all. Hernandez has pretty solid pressure. He's pretty fast. And once again, his wrestling is not good at all. Or his wrestling is pretty good, and I think that will serve a little bit of a problem to Hooper. And I think maybe we're just going to have to see if Hooper's really good on the feet in this fight. But I'm going to keep it real. I think Hooper wins it. I think Hooper wins 30-27 pretty fair, pretty easily as well. Hernandez, I don't know. He's small. If anything, in my opinion, I think he should be a bantamweight, as crazy as that seems. It's just he's a very small fighter. So, once again, could be completely wrong, but that's my opinion. I really do think Hooper 30-27's him. Moving on to the last fight that, I want to talk about on the prelims. So like I said, I'm not talking about all of them. So, King Green versus Diego Ferreira. I'm going to be real. King Green, he got fucking flatlined his last fight. He's getting the finish. He's getting the finish. Everyone knows Bobby Green. He gets flatlined in his fucking fights, and then he comes back and he flatlines a motherfucker. If he doesn't flatline him, he does a goddamn fashion fucking, just like he did against Jim Miller. Bobby Green, and this is more, Bobby Green does way better against older fighters his age than he does the younger generation, obviously. But like I said, I don't see Diego Ferreira winning this. They're both mid, but Diego Ferreira just is a little bit worse. I got Bobby winning by late first round KO or early second round KO. I mean, yeah, I don't have much to say about Diego Ferreira. Really, I really don't have much to say. I just have to say that Bobby, once again, he always shows out against the old heads. So yeah, I'm done with the fucking prelims finally. It's decent prelims. I'll say that they have. It would have been a fine prelims maybe like a year ago or so. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just kind of chatting out of my ass. But we have the first fight on the main card being Tim Elliott versus Kai Asakura. Let's be real, y'all. I put in my notes that this is a layup for Asakura, but I'm going to be real. I don't know if people are going to agree with me here. It's also a layup for Tim Elliott. Tim Elliott is really good on the ground, and, if you saw how Asakura was against Pantoja, I'm not comparing Elliott to Pantoja, but, jiu-jitsu is definitely not Asakura's strong point. So, and Elliott, he's a grappler, so, and I could definitely see him wrestling a lot in this fight, but I also see this being a layup for Asakura because I think he could get the knockout. I genuinely think he could, but then again, in my opinion, with fighters, if you're literally not Ilia Topuria, I can't really depend on you to just get a KO. You know what I'm saying? Because a submission is way more likely to happen than a KO. And I know most people may not agree with that, but I'm talking more about these type of fights where it's, the grappler versus, the striker. I also think they're both inactive as shit. That's really another thing that I got to say. They're inactive as fuck. So I don't really see... I don't know. This is either going to be a finish or Kai by 29-28 decision because I don't think they want Tim Elliott to win. They want Tim Elliott out. He's been holding up the flyweight division for damn near 50 years. So I'm going to just talk about the next fight. Jared Cannonier versus Michael Venom Page, MVP. I think this is 50-50. I think, what's the most you ever lost in a coin toss?
The most you ever lost in a coin toss. Call it.
This is 50-50. Both old heads. I think Jared, I know he's the pioneer. He's more of the pioneer of the middleweight division. And he's kind of the marauder of the top 10. I thought he was a top 5 demon, but I think he's just a top 15 demon. He's going to be like Bobby Green, where maybe not Bobby Green, but like Michael Chandler, slowly fade away into maybe the top 15, and then he stays there. He still, is beating up people. But I don't know. I feel like MVP, he is big. And especially when he was fighting Shara, he was about the same size as Shara. I think he will overpower Jared, especially with the kicks and spinning attacks, if MVP does implement that stuff. And yeah, Jared, he's not the strong puncher that he was. He's patient now. He's slow. He's chinny. Let's be honest. He doesn't really take shots as well as he used to, especially when he fought RoboCop. That was some fucking damage. So, even thinking about it now, because MVP fighting Sharo wasn't a great fight, but MVP was dominant in it. And Cannonier did win that fight, got the finish against RoboCop, but he almost got finished in the first round. So, the adversity is crazy on Jared Cannonier. I'll definitely say that. I don't think that MVP is going to knock out Jared Cannonier, but I think Jared Cannonier can still put up a fight. I think it's just going to be a whatever fight. 2 fucking 40-year-olds going at it, man. And yeah, I'd much rather see this on the goddamn front lawn of my goddamn house than see this in a UFC arena. But fuck it, right? Besides that, I thought MVP by 29-28 decision. So, yeah, moving on. Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates. I've actually been kind of excited for this fight for a little bit, ever since it was first announced, because I'm a really big fan of Jeff Neal. I wouldn't say a huge fan, but I do like Jeff Neal. He's a very, as a person, he's a very down-to-earth guy. His music taste is fucking dope. And overall, just a cool dude. But I'm going to keep it real. I got Prates by KO. I'm just going to keep it real. Jeff Neal has not won a fight since 2022. And I don't care what anyone says, RDA does not count. RDA, when you're talking about dick and ribs, RDA, it especially now. That's why I say dick and ribs. Shout out Theo Vaughn, but if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. RDA is sitting in a shell of himself that it will never, this shell will never be cracked. The shell will never be opened. He's stuck. It's like Alien, when a fucking facehugger gets on you, or when a xenomorph takes you to fucking have more babies. I don't know. I just think that Prates is way more active. He fought a killer in Ian Gary, almost finished him. I mean, I won't say almost, but he did hurt Ian Gary in that fight. It wasn't a great fight, but that's because Prates isn't fucking technical. He's just looking for the KO. And yeah, I mean, dude, Jeff Neal, I'm not even trying to hate on Jeff Neal. It's just, yeah, he didn't get a fair fight against RDA. Once he fucking leg kicked RDA, it was like watching D Rose, you know, jumping up in the air and then passing it out to Joachim and falling down onto the ground. And I'm sorry that I'm making everyone relive this moment, but besides the point, I don't see Neal winning this fight. And yeah, I'm going to just say this much. I think I have Prates winning by a late second round KO, maybe early in the third, but you know, Prates, he just needs that one punch, bro. He's a fucking beast. He's a monster. And yeah, that's probably it that I have to say about this fight. I think Neal can put pressure. I think he can hurt Prates in some exchanges. I just think overall, I don't know, man, because I'm going to keep it real. If Neal can pressure with the exchanges, he could maybe win this fight by decision. He could. I could probably see this. But Prates, I still have high hopes for him. He's young. I think he's really hungry to get a win back. So, yeah, I got Prates by KO. That's what I think. But, yeah, we're going to move on to the co-main. This is the fucking co-main of 319. This is the co-main. Thank God it's not 5 fucking rounds. It might be, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I mean, what do you guys want me to say? I got Murphy by decision. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I'm not even a huge Bellator fan. I'm not a Bellator fan at all. I don't care about the Bellator. I don't care about it at all. Like, any of it. Can't stand them anymore since Patchy and Pitbull, you know, they really try to make a mark. They did make a mark in their fucking pants, all right? And yeah, there just hasn't really been much with these guys that are coming from Bellator. Even with the MVP, I mean, there's just not much that they're showing because we're getting them at a lot later in their life, except, I guess, Patchy and Pico. But Pico, I mean, he's a cool dude. I've been watching the Embedded series. He's actually a really cool dude. Really respect. He has a lot of respect. And I do want him to win this fight, actually. I really would like to see someone win this fight that's from a different fucking organization. But it shows that there's just levels, dog. And Pico, he fights like Michael Chandler. You know, if you know how Michael Chandler fights, then I don't got much to say. You know, like Pico, he's going to just not, it's not going to be a good performance. He's not going to win. I hate to say that, like, seriously. I think Pico can maybe hurt Murphy. I could see that happening, you know, because, you know, you got Dan $50 Ige, who fucking knocked down Lerone. I just, you know, Pico, I don't know if Murphy can get a knockout, but Pico is kind of the type of, you know, he's either getting KO'd or he's KOing you, and that is 100% what Pico is. He hasn't fought in a while, though, I'm pretty sure, so I don't know what this fight is going to be like. I think it's just going to be pretty boring. I have it by 29-28 decision, but I think it's going to be 30-27. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing against Pico. It's just like, man, these Bellator guys, like, they are not good. That's it. Like, they're just not good fighters compared to the UFC. Like, the fighters that they fight are nothing compared to the people that are in the UFC. And that's real. That's real. It shows with the Contender series. It shows with every card that even if they fucking suck, even if it sucks, the worst UFC fighter, in my opinion, as crazy as it sounds, who is the worst UFC fighter as of right now? Tai Tuivasa. As crazy as it sounds, because he is a heavyweight, Tai Tuivasa beats every single motherfucker that has been put in Bellator. That's in Bellator that came to the UFC. As of right now, seriously, as crazy as it sounds, Pico, like, I don't care. I know it's a heavyweight versus a featherweight or fucking bantamweight versus a fucking heavyweight. I don't give a shit, dog. I'm gonna keep it real. These fucking Bellator guys, they're just not good. That's it. They really aren't good. So, yeah, besides that, I want to talk about the main event. This is the last thing that I'm actually really excited for. Not really, though, because trust me, if my boy DDP loses, oh, God. I'm already getting 308 shakes. I'm already getting fucking 308 shakes, man. Not liking this at all. All right. But, you know, I'm praying for Dricus to at least put up a fight, which I think he will put up a fight. I think this will be Khamzat's hardest opponent. I know Dricus he looks really small against Khamzat, but I don't know. I think Dricus can do it, man. I think he really can. I think Dricus, he's putting a lot on the table fighting this guy. He really could have fought Imavov, but I think this is also like there's no running away from this. I'm just glad that Hamzat didn't pull the fuck out. Thank God, because if he did, then I would be calling for DDP to fight Imavov or Barallo, because this motherfucker Hamzat, dude, like, I'm just glad he can stay healthy now. DDP, him being champ, he beat Strickland the first time, which was a very good win. He beat Adesanya, which I will say is a very good win. I'll say that, because let's be honest. Adesanya only lost to Strickland. Well, he also lost to Pereira, but he came back, beat Pereira by KO to win that belt back. Everyone thought Izzy was back. Loses to Strickland. And then Dricus beats Strickland, which, like I said, I think that was a good win. I think, Sean winning champ, he deserved it. People hate him, but hey, whatever. He was a champion at the end of the day. Now it's Dricus' time. And yeah, Dricus fights Izzy. That's the thing. Like, there were moments where Izzy won some rounds. Like, seriously. And then now, Dricus has the rematch with Strickland, and it was a good rematch. It was it was a dominant rematch. It was a boring rematch because Strickland had no answer at all. Like, Dricus finally, I guess, found his style and has completely locked into it. So that makes me a little excited for what he's going to show against Hamzat. But once again, man, Hamzat's last performances, you talk about Whitaker, like, nobody thought Hamzat was going to do that, especially after being gone for fucking 2 years or a year or whatever, and going to a split decision with Usman that a lot of people thought Hamzat lost. I don't know, man. Hamzat, this is kind of how I feel about this fight. Dricus is either, Dricus is either going to see the next coming of the middleweights, or he is the next coming of the middleweights. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is kind of what it is. Like, Hamzat is either, he's establishing the new middleweights. You got to start being 6'4" and up. Seriously, you've got to be a huge dude. I'm pretty sure Hamzat's only like 6'2" or something. I could be wrong, but Hamzat looks fucking huge. Hamzat's like 6'5", like, seriously. But, I don't know, man. I can't tell you how this... I'm really scared. Like, seriously, I'm just going to keep it real. I feel very scared. I like I said, I'm getting 308 shakes as we speak. And, yeah, it could be delusion that I'm saying right now. But I have Dricus by decision, 48-47. I think it's going to be a pretty close fight. I think Dricus can hold out, hopefully, until the third round. And then after the third round, I think we are going to see Chimaev fade. And that's where Dricus is really going to show in the fight. And yeah, I'm a Chimaev fan. I think he is invincible. Like, as crazy as it seems, that motherfucker don't miss. He is invincible. But it's like the higher comp he goes up against, it's gotta be a harder fucking task. It can't be this easy. Like, it can't. It fucking can't. Jesus Christ. God. And then if Hamzat wins, what the fuck are we? We got Ankalaev and Hamzat as champs? Are you fucking kidding me? 1 fight a year fighters? Champs? Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, that's pretty much all I gotta say about this fucking fight. Yeah, I'll probably be doing more UFC talks. I really do need to get more videos out, though, so sorry I haven't really been doing that, but there's a lot of editing, especially on the streaming side. I'm trying to get some Red Dead gameplay out and my Silent Hill gameplay out, but also on top of this, doing this shit that I really do like. I actually really do like doing commentary videos, so besides that, I'm going to just throw out some UFC knockouts.
Mitchell took this.
Ooh.
Had success with that so far.
Thank you for watching, and I'll see you.